A year ago today, I packed my entire life into 4 suitcases and a carry-on, hopped on a flight from JFK to Puerto Rico, and I'm currently living on the west side of the island. I live in Aguadilla in Pueblo, and I absolutely love it here. And I wanted to share with you the steps that I took to completely start my life over at the age of 36. I'm from New York, a New Yorican, I guess you could say. I'm half Puerto Rican, half Sicilian, but I was born and raised by my grandparents, and they were from Puerto Rico. They were born and raised on the island. Anyway, today I'm 37 years old. I'm running an Airbnb business on the west side of the island. I am renovating a home. I have 2 units or 2 container homes in Rincon, Puerto Rico. I am also living in a condo 3 minutes walking to the water. My long-term goal at this point, finish my remodel in Isabella, get it up and running for Airbnb, eventually doing long-term rentals in my apartment that I'm currently sitting in. I won't be doing Airbnb here because when you do that, there are some rules and restrictions and my HOA fee would go up, and I'm just not trying to do that. If I can just do some long-term rentals like 3 to 6 months, I would be open to that. I'm planning to set my life up in a way where I can stay in Greece for 3 months out of the year, preferably July, August, September, come back to Puerto Rico for a month, go to Boston for a month, maybe October, November, then go to New York for December. I just have a lot of plans for the way that I see my life panning out and the way that I want to spend my life and my time. Investing in real estate has helped me to maintain a wonderful lifestyle. I love my life. I wake up every morning, I go for a walk on the beach. I live literally a 3-minute walk to the closest beach. I wake up every morning so thankful and grateful that this is my life. I'm living on an island that is just so beautiful and filled with amazing people that are so willing to help. I've made some really good friends out here too, and it's just, I feel like this can't be my life, but it is. And I am just so thankful for it. And I want to share my story with you because I know that there are women out there in my shoes where I was a year ago, feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, feeling depressed, not knowing how to move forward with my life after telling your significant other that you want a divorce, not knowing if you're going to have the means necessary to start over. One thing I can say that I've learned over the course of my life, especially career-wise, when I'm not happy with something, I change it. I'm not going to stay in a position or a job that doesn't make me happy. I was working for the New York Post as a general assignment reporter while I was still in college. I was going to classes and also going to crime scenes. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was extremely focused on getting into the journalism world, and I was able to do that. Shortly after college, I got a full-time position at the newspaper. After I became a full-time reporter, they transferred me over to the police bureau. My meat and potatoes was crime, was NYPD. That's all I covered. I covered crime, corruption, NYPD, breaking news. My office was out of One Police Plaza. That's the NYPD headquarters. I worked with a lot of sergeants, lieutenants, inspectors, people on the job, chiefs, getting information, writing stories, editing copy. I was doing everything out of this small little closet of an office with like 3 other coworkers at the time. I kind of got really sick of sitting behind a desk. That wasn't me. That's not what I liked. I liked actually being a general assignment reporter or a crime reporter in the street. I loved being at crime scenes, like asking people questions. I loved that. And when I went from being on the street, working out of my car, going to crime scenes all over the 5 boroughs, and got stuck in an office, fielding phone calls and editing like 5 stories at once, I was just like, do I really want to sit behind a desk? Like, I was gaining weight. I was working 50, 60 hours a week. So I had the bright idea to become a police officer. So this was in 2013 when I took the exam. Not long after, I got on the job, and then I was on patrol. And then eventually I got a gig, like an indoor gig, working as a speechwriter for a 3-star chief. When I knew that I was gonna have to go back to patrol, I said, there's no freaking way that I'm going out there risking my life anymore. I think that I wasn't really aware. I think that goes for any job description or any job title. You don't know what you're really getting into until you're in it, until you're in the shit. When I'm not happy with something, I move forward, I move on. I do not become, or I do not stay complacent. Fast forward, I got into real estate. I had a long-term rental situation with 2 units out in Queens. That helped me get by, it helped me pay my bills, and that's where I got this itch for real estate. I wanted to see what I could do in the future that would set myself up to have a better quality of life while being able to pay my bills. I don't want to say financial freedom, but having the freedom to do what I want in a day. Being able to wake up when I want to wake up and do the things that I want to do on my own schedule, not on somebody else's schedule, not making somebody else rich. I was married, I was divorced, I sold my childhood home left to me by my grandparents. I took that capital, came to Puerto Rico, unpacked my shit in an Airbnb, and I stayed there for 3 months while I figured it out. I purchased my residence of where I'm living right now. It's a condo, bought 2 container homes in Rincon, listed on Airbnb, and that's what helps me pay my bills. I am renovating my grandpa's home in Isabela, Puerto Rico, also looking into another rental property. I haven't narrowed down my search yet. I'm still looking. What I plan to do is Airbnb, have some rentals for long term. As far as my condo, my goal is to be able to live in Greece for 3 months out of the year, preferably July, August, September. Have somebody come and live in my apartment for those months to cover the expenses of me traveling, or at least just to cover my Airbnb and my airfare. You know, I want my properties and my money to work for me. I went from being completely miserable and having no direction of what I could do or what I could see for my future to now having such a fruitful life, being financially independent, having the time in my day to spend it how I want to spend it. I basically can do whatever I want, and I've never had this sort of freedom because I had always worked for an organization or, you know, the city job where you are a slave to that job. There are ways to get out of overtime or structure your schedule if you get into a unit or whatever, but you're never going to truly have that freedom unless you work for yourself. That's my life experience. If you are looking for financial freedom, I don't even want to say financial freedom because it's not like I'm a multimillionaire. I just used what I had and tried to set it up in a way that worked for me and the lifestyle that I want to live. If that's something that you're interested in and you're considering moving to Puerto Rico or considering starting an Airbnb business, what life could look like after divorce, be sure to follow me because I'm going to be sharing all the stories about all the stuff that has gone on in my life in the past year. Also just share with you my container homes, my condo, my grandpa's property, how I'm renovating and reconstructing that, and all the things. I guess I'm going to leave the video there. I'm going to try and post once a week for now, hopefully twice a week in the future. Again, my name's Natasha. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.